Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Mikhail or Michael speaking, and without wasting your time, let's jump straight to the changes on the map. First things first, Bakhmut. Here you can see what had changed since yesterday. First of all, we can see that Russians are slowly pushing out Ukrainians out of the eastern part of Bakhmut. There are conflicting reports that Ukrainians are holding the Bakhmutovka River and fighting off the Russians, and there are reports that Russians had crossed the Bakhmutovka River and are fighting in the city center. This gray area suggests just that. To the south of Bakhmut, Russians are continuously attacking towards these axes as shown by the arrows on the map. Also, this map doesn't show, but they are attacking on these axes as well. There is battle going on in Ivanovsky village. Overall, there is no changes on the map, but the fighting is happening, and the fighting is happening now. Here are the changes north of Bakhmut. As you can see, nothing had changed in the Yehidny front. However, there are some changes in Dubovo-Vasilivka. The map suggested that Russians had pushed further into the village, but again, there are conflicting reports that Dubovo-Vasilivka has been captured for some time now. I guess we will just have to see. The Wagner troops are continuously attacking in these directions. Again, there are reports that Russians had captured Kromovoye and threatened this road right here. Overall situation in Bakhmut is kind of weird. Some say that Ukrainians are on a full retreat. Some sources say that Ukrainians are in fact reinforcing the Bakhmut city and continue fighting. It is safe to say that Ukrainians decided not to give up on the city just now. Maybe they are expecting something interesting. Maybe the infamous counterattack, who knows? But I wouldn't bet on that. From Bakhmut, we go north. Here is Seversk and Liman. The Russians are continuously attacking all along this front. Here, as you can see by the arrows, they are trying to capture the village of Razdalivka and Vesely, but with no success. Some changes had appeared here. The red area didn't change, but the gray did. This shows that Russians are attacking in this direction. They are trying to capture the village of Verkhokaminsky right here. It lays just on the path to the city of Seversk. Russians had tried to capture the city of Seversk for some time now, and it would seem that they are getting closer and closer to it. But I'm sure it would take weeks, if not months, for them to reach the city. Again, very, very bad weather. The ground is all muddy, and the only way Russian can use their armor is along the roads. Technically, there is a road that leads directly towards this village, so we can see how Russians can successfully attack this village from these axes. There are no changes on Liman front. Russians are continuously attacking, but with no success. The bad weather plays its role. We might see a bigger changes on the map when the ground becomes more solid. Another interesting place on the map is the Kupiansk front. Here you can see Russians had captured two villages here, Dvorichny and Khiryankivka, and had tried to attack Dvorichny village, but had not able to capture it as of right now. The Russians are controlling Liman Pershi, and there are reports of Ukrainian attacks towards Liman Pershi in order to kick Russians out, but Russians are repelling attacks after attacks. There are conflicting reports about Russians attacking in this direction and even capturing village of Synikivka. Some people report that the Ukrainian authorities started to evacuate people from Kupiansk, for now children and elderly. So this can mean that Russians had captured Synikivka and might attack Kupiansk next. No changes in Avdiivka front. Russians are continuously pushing towards this overall direction, but with no success. Same goes south of Avdiivka. As you remember, Russians yesterday had captured some land right here, but were not able to use that to their advantage and strike even deeper. So Ukrainian defense held on this front. Same goes with Russian attack at the village of Nevelsky. Going a bit south, we see the village of Marinka. Russians were not able to capture Marinka for a long time. They are attacking, as you can see, in the city itself and everywhere around it. They are very keen to capture this city. However, as you can see by the photos here, there is literally nothing to capture. The city is razed to a ground. Isn't that a sad symbol of this war? From Marinka, we go down to Vuhledar. Once again, no changes, but there are reports of Russians trying to counterattack Ukrainians and take back some of the land that they had lost in the previous weeks. It would seem Russians don't want to give up on Vuhledar and are continuously shelling the city itself. And before I end this video, I want to toggle one news article. It's not political, but I wanted to toggle it because a lot of pro-Ukrainian bloggers had touched on this subject, and I wanted to give my little opinion on it as well. So there are talks about Germany building a factory in Ukraine to construct new Panther tanks for Ukrainian army. You can read the whole article for yourself if you want to. Pause whenever you like it and read the whole thing. My problem with this is that, first of all, this tank is extremely expensive. Very expensive. It costs somewhere around $8.6 million. Second of all, it's a very, very new tank. It's even newer than infamous Armata 14 tank. So it's hard to say about its combat capabilities. Maybe Germans want to test it out on the Ukrainian battlefields. So that could be a version that proves the fact that this is going to happen. However, I strongly believe this is not possible. Don't forget that the world is in the midst of crisis, and I don't think Germany is able to afford such program. Overall, I think they will build some factories for tanks production, but that probably will be Leopard 2 tanks. This would make much more sense. So anyway, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you do, please like, comment, and sub. And overall, please do have a good day. And always, always remember, Russia will be free.